Hi there, my name is Jesus Millan, and I'm going to be teaching everybody how to use Google Classroom. So we're going to start with Google Classroom in general. So I'm going to be teaching how to create a class, how to create assignments, and how to look at your gradebook and all that. So how to use the application as a whole. And then I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Google suite of apps, which is technically what you see in as the Microsoft Office suite, except these have integrations with the Google Cloud over OneDrive. And then after that, we're going to be covering formative and Edpuzzle. All these applications have add-ons that can be installed on a Google Chrome browser, and these add-ons create a seamless integration with Google Classroom so that all the grades from the assignments can be turned in to Google Classroom and create a seamless way of passing grades and information over. Students can have access to their Google Drive and turn in their assignments through their Google Drive over the usual way of having look through your system files. Instead, you just go into your Google folder and turn it in with your Google folder. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch over to my screen. From here, we will have a look at Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is a learning management system, just like how you would see Canvas or Moodle, except this has more integrations with Google applications. So, so you to find it, you just put Google Classroom into your browser. It'll take you to the search options. You just go to Google for Education, and you sign in how you normally would sign in. So you just hover over here and go to Google Classroom, which will take you to this link. And from here, you can, for students, they would be joining a class. For as educators, would be creating a class. So for now, since we don't have a Google Workspace, is usually something that administrations create for you, and then you have to sign in for that Google Workspace for education. For now, just for education's sake, we're just gonna go without the workspace. So we're gonna put in our class name. So I'm just gonna make all this up. Okay. Now we're just gonna let this load up while it creates our classroom. Okay, and here we are. See, just so that we can see, we have our classes. Kind of looks like kind of what we have in Canvas, except with Google integration. So you see here it is biology section 1. So here you have access to your announcements. Announce. Everybody. So let's see. Then we just can just post this, and everybody in the class would be able to see that. They can comment. Uh, Something that you can do in case you don't want any comments is you can come up to class settings, and you can change almost anything you want. You can change how you want grades to be calculated, total points. You can change the weighting on stuff. You can control what they can see. You can manage a classroom meet, which is an alternative to Zoom that you can use. So it's something that you can use, or you can just use Zoom, whatever whatever the preference is. It's almost the same. But yeah, you can change invite codes, stuff like that. Okay. So here you can see people. So teacher, you can see me right there, and then you can invite students. Usually, this is something that will be done before the school year. That way, all the students are in the class, and this would be done alongside with administration to ensure that all the students are in the right place. Classwork, here, see, we can create an assignment, and we also have access to our Google Drive folder. So this is, for example, right now it's empty, but you can create files and you can save them to this folder. So you can have like your syllabus, you can have your rubrics, you can have everything saved onto here, which makes it quite seamless and easy because you can have a drive just made for your class. And as you can see, this is just for biology 01. It's biology section 1. So if you have multiple classes, your files won't be getting mixed up with each other because they're all separated by by classroom. All right, so now we're going to create an assignment. So here it's asking, what kind of assignment do you have? Is it a regular assignment? Is it a quiz? Are they questions? Are they materials they have to cover? Are you reusing something from before? What's the topic? So we're just gonna create an assignment. So we're gonna go with assignment one. So we're just gonna title it that. Here you can, if you need to put additional instructions, you can add some of those. Say you're adding like a file, like a worksheet or something like that, you can integrate that through Google Drive. You can links to websites. Let's say you want to integrate something like an Ed Puzzle video, you can put your link right here. You can upload files, stuff like that. You can also link YouTube videos that you think would be important for them to use for the assignment. Over here, you can see right here, we have the point system. You can change how many points you can make it worth. 70 points, you can make it worth 30 points. You can set the due date. So let's just say it's due tomorrow. And then you can create the topic. We'll just say introduction. And then here you can create a rubric using using the software. So you can just put already. So this is, the that's a criteria. You can describe is where you would describe what you're looking for specifically, how many points is it worth, et cetera, et cetera. This could be one. So so you have multiple integrations. So this would be like, say this is exceeds expectations. You could title this one meets expectations. And this one can be so here you can put a description of what you mean by exceeds expectations. What does it mean to meet an expectation? What does it mean to not meet an expectation? And you could put, like, we'll just say this is worth 20 points. This is worth 15 points. And this is worth and this is worth 10 points. We'll just leave that as a lower end. So this is, example of how you can make a rubric in Google Classroom. And if you want to add more criteria, you can add as many as you want. And from here, you can create the grading scale that you need for the assignment. I'm not going to save this one, but this is one way that you can make a rubric. You can also make your own rubric and you can upload it. You can import it from Google Sheets, which is one of the applications that we're to be covering later on. And you can also reuse rubrics from other assignments if they have similar applications. And then after you're done, you would assign the assignment. You can schedule it you can schedule it if it's a future assignment, stuff like that. You assign it, and then it will show up. It will show up in your classwork section. It'll give you the due date, and students will be notified that an assignment has been added, and they can also check this area. As you can see right here, it says introduction because this is the section for the assignment. It is part of the introduction section. So as you can see, all topics and the introduction is that topic. Then we have the grade book here. When you have students, they would show up here, and this is where the grades would be input, which have full integration with your assignments. After you grade them, your grades go into the grade book. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the viability of Google Classroom as a whole. So the viability of Google Classroom is quite it. I believe it is quite intuitive because it is something that has not only a web-based interface, but you also have applications which you can use on your phone. Same for the whole Google suite of applications. You can get Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. Those also have integrations on your phones, tablets, and you can use it with Mac OS, you can use it with Chrome OS, you can use it on Windows. So you can use it anywhere you have as long as you have internet, you can use it on a desktop, on phones, and on iPads and Android tablets. You can use those offline. That way, you go work on your assignments anywhere. And then once you get into an area with internet, you can upload it into your Google Drive. So it really is quite intuitive and easy to use. And I really like that apps like Formative and Edpuzzle have Google Chrome add-ons, which makes the experience seamless with Google Classroom. It really makes everything very intuitive and quite easy to use. That's another thing that I look for when using something for the classroom. I look for something that is easy to learn. You can troubleshoot issues very quickly, and if you need any help, you have a number to call. So like with Google Classroom, you would just get in contact with with the support groups here at Google, and they'll be able to help you out. So you just get support and you get product help, and they have help 24/7 since this is a worldwide company. So there's always ways to get help to make everything work. And another thing that I look forward to that I look for in an application is a way to keep everything very organized. So when you create an assignment, it automatically gets added to the calendar. It tells you which class it is assigned to because these are color coded, just the way it is in the Google Classroom interface. So you'll be able to keep track of all your classes. You don't. It's not just focused on one class. Makes it very easy to keep track of everything. then yeah, then that should be about it. Thank you for coming and taking this time to learn about these applications. And I hope that you were able to learn and figure out how you would be able to integrate these into your classroom. I really think that they are very intuitive and a very useful way to manage a synchronous and asynchronous classroom. Thank you very much. Bye.